Okay, I think we have everybody on here for the most part, so let's go ahead and get started. For those of you that just joined us, this is our Beyond Basics webinar series. Today we're talking all about using Tripleseat to generate leads on social media. And we have with us Azure here at Tripleseat, who's our content marketing manager. So she's got a lot of really good knowledge to relay to us about the different social media platforms and how best to use them, and in conjunction with Tripleseat. So that being said, Azure, hi.
Hi. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Azure, can you hear us? Awesome. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'll let you take it over from here.
Okay, there we go. I thought I unmuted myself. Cool. Thanks, Lauren. So hi, everybody. I'm Azure Collier. I'm Tripleseat's content marketing manager. And my role here at Tripleseat is to oversee everything content related. And that includes our social networks, our blogs, our email marketing, and lots more. Before coming to Tripleseat, I was the social media marketing manager for email marketing company Constant Contact. And I oversaw the content and strategy for the social networks with an audience of 314,000 followers. So I've tried all kinds of stuff on social media, and I know what works and what doesn't. I've also spoken at Social Media Marketing World, and I've been in journalism and PR. So I've basically been doing the content game for my whole career, even before they called it content marketing. Well, let's talk about our agenda for today's webinar. Social media has become such a part of our lives that it's crossed over into everything we do personally and professionally. And we'll talk about why social media is a primary tool we use to communicate with our friends, our family, and our business connections, and why your restaurant or venue needs to be there. If you're not active on social media, you're missing out on leads, which means your business is missing out on sales. Now, the good news is that as a Tripleseat customer, you have two tools that can be used on social media to reach prospects wherever they are, and it makes it easy for them to do business with you. And those tools are the Facebook app and the lead form link. And we'll show you what those tools look like and how other Tripleseat customers are using them successfully. And then Lauren is going to take you inside Tripleseat and show you a demo about how those two tools work, and then we'll have a Q&A. So hope everybody is ready to go. And we'll get started with the why social media is an important lead generating tool. So whether we like it or not, we live and work in an on-demand, technology-driven economy, and a lot of it takes place on social media. So when you want to grow leads and find new customers, you need to ask two questions. Number one, where are my prospects spending their time? And number two, where are they looking for information? The answer to both of those questions is social media. Let's take a deeper dive here. A majority of adults use social media. So almost 70% have created accounts on these networks, and they're spending a chunk of their day there, an average of 2 hours a day. And mobile, if you think about it, mobile has made it easy for people to access social networks wherever they are, even if they're not supposed to be looking at them when they're at work or on their commute. And where are they spending the most time? It's Facebook, and that makes sense. It's the oldest social network and the most popular. It's where social media users are going to find out what their family and friends are up to, what's going on in the news, and what's happening with the businesses that they want to hear from. A few more stats here about how social media equals sales for your business. And here's the deal. It's time to adapt or die. You need to have some social media presence because social media is the top marketing tool used by restaurants, and prospects or customers are using it to research businesses like yours. In fact, 49% of people search Facebook to find restaurants, which makes sense because, as I mentioned before, it's the top social network and people are using it as a source of information. Now think about this. It takes 6 to 8 touches to generate a viable sales lead. So that's 6 to 8 times of people seeing things that you post and share before they make a decision as to whether or not to purchase from you. And 80% of restaurants use social media for marketing. And this means that you not only need to use social media to promote your business, but you need to be on your game, consistently posting, because it's going to take your prospects a little time to make a move. They're going to need to see several posts to start to develop a relationship, to know, like, and trust your business. And then, of course, there's the competition factor. If you're not on top of social media to generate leads, your competition is going to get to them first. So whether you've been using social media forever or if you're getting started, there are 6 steps that you really need to follow to make sure that you're using it right. And I have a lot more details on these steps on our blogs. I wrote a post a couple of weeks ago about how to jumpstart your social media marketing. So if you're interested in more details, you can head over to our blog. But just an overview, here are the 6 steps you need to pay attention to. The first thing is to evaluate the social networks. Take a look at which networks are the most popular and who uses them to figure out what might be right for your restaurant. And there's tons of information about this online if you search. But I do have one caveat to that. Just make sure that the information you're using is recent. Look on the date of things. What's the year that this was published? And within the last year or two is a good guideline for most relevant information. Social media marketing changes all the time. I also pin a ton of information on how to use social media marketing on Tripleseat's Pinterest board. So you might not be aware that we have Pinterest boards, and you can go to pinterest.com/tripleseat. And I've got a great board for social media marketing for event professionals. So I've saved a bunch of things there that you can use to research. All right, so you've looked at the social networks, you're getting an idea of what people are using, what's popular, the types of people that could be your customers that are using them. And then you really need to think about your customers themselves. Think a little more about what they're using to search for your restaurant or venue. And it's important to maintain a presence on the social networks that they're using. You don't need to get an account on everything. You just need to pay attention to where your customers are going to look for information. Don't waste your time on a social network. If you find out from your customers they don't care about Snapchat, don't get on Snapchat. It's a waste of your time because no one's going to be there to hear anything. So one of the things you should do to find out, ask your customers whenever you're having a conversation with them. You could send them a survey through email. You can have it on your comment cards, ask them to just check off what they're using. You could also include the question about what they're using on relevant online forums or surveys. And if you have already set up some social networks, that's another place to look too. Check out and see which ones have had the most followers and activity. So if you've been doing this for a while and there are a couple of networks that have just been seeing nothing but crickets, it tells you your customers really aren't there looking for information about you. Another place to think about is Google Analytics. And Google Analytics will show if people have come from a social network to your website. So that's another place to determine, are they using social networks to get to information about me? All right, so you've looked at the social networks, you're thinking about what might work for you, you're thinking about what might work for your customers, you're getting a little more clear on what you might want to use for your venue. You also need to be realistic about how social media fits into your business. And I think that's a trap that a lot of people get into. They get accounts on everything, they have this big plan, and then they realize they don't have enough time or the resources to do it. When you're using social media marketing, you need to be out there and have a presence. You need to be consistent. Having that regular voice enables you to be visible to your audience, gain a following, and create a community. So think about how much time you can devote to social media marketing per day. Do you have a staff person or a couple of people that can share this responsibility? Do you have people that can spend some time creating posts, monitoring the social networks? And monitoring is just as important as posting. You need to be sure that you're answering questions, getting back to people, responding to your customers. Do you have someone that can sit down and measure your marketing efforts? Do you have money to dedicate to resources? There's lots of resources you can use to evaluate the social networks. Most of them come with their own analytics, but there are free to low cost tools that you can adopt too that can help you really figure out what kind of impact you're having. And another resource to think about is, do you have any time or money to create visuals for social media, images, photos, videos? Do you have video equipment? Do you have photo equipment? Honestly, the iPhone does such a great job that you really don't need to at first invest in any equipment. But as you get into social media and you want to look more professional, that's something you might want to think about. All right, so through this process, you've looked at the social networks, you're getting to know what your customers might use, you're thinking about what you may have time for your business, and now it's time to choose the networks that fit your business. Choose the social networks that hit the sweet spot of popularity, demographics, customer preferences, and your business's time and resources. If you are completely new to social media, I'd really suggest that you start with Facebook. And again, it's the most popular of all the social networks. There's 2 million monthly active users. So it's likely that a lot of your customers and prospects are already using it. And Facebook has created resources for tons of different industries. They really want businesses to be on there and promote their business. There's a Facebook business for restaurants site, and you can look that up. Lots of great resources to help you out on how to use Facebook for your business. The fifth step is to set up your social media accounts for your restaurant or venue. So if you haven't already, start an account for your business. If you have already had it, take a look and make sure you've got all the relevant information there. Your location, your hours, your website, parking, menu, event lead form, which we'll get to in a minute, your profile photo, your cover photo. And each network has their own size requirements for photos, so make sure you're using the right image size. I've got a couple of image size cheat sheets on our Pinterest board that you can use for that. Once your social media accounts are ready, then it's time to promote them to your office or your audience. Make sure that you're talking about them, you're linking to them in your email marketing, on your website, on your blog, and use one social media network to promote another. If you're on Facebook and Instagram, get on Facebook and say, you might not know we're on Instagram, here's the link, and vice versa. And think about your printed materials, put those social logos and even the URL if you want, facebook.com/your restaurant name, put those on business cards, signs, table tents, and menus. All right, the last step in this process is to start actually posting to your social networks and make note of which types of posts. So that's text, links, videos, photos, graphics, what types of those posts, what themes, what topics are doing well, and what times and days are working the best. Now, like I mentioned before, each social network has their own reporting tools, and they're usually known as insights or analytics if you're in the back end looking around for them. And they're going to show you what types of posts are getting the most activity. Once you have a handle on what's working for you, what kind of content's working for you, and the best days and times to post, start to create a posting plan. Create a schedule. What days of the week are you posting? What times of the day are you posting? What are you going to be talking about? And the schedule is really going to help you, because then you come in every day and go, okay, we're talking about this today at this time. So you're a little more prepared coming into post. And this is making sure that you're being consistent about when you're posting. So once you've started using social media the right way for your restaurant, it's time to add Tripleseat to the equation. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a look at the Tripleseat's Facebook app and lead form link tools. So Tripleseat, we have a number of integrations with marketing tools, including Facebook, and we've created a Facebook app that syncs your Tripleseat lead form with your Facebook page. And this is an example of what the Facebook app looks like once you install it on your Facebook page. And this is the Facebook page for Muriel's Jackson Square in New Orleans. And you can see I've got a little box around there. The app is on the left side of the page under private dining. And your prospects have the option to enter their information automatically from their Facebook profile. And some people might not want to use their Facebook information. They might want to use different information. And in that case, they can actually manually enter all of the information. And this is a look at what the form looks like for that once they choose to manually enter. So why should you add the Facebook app to your business page? Well, it's such a great way to capture leads for Tripleseat. You're giving leads access to the form on the most popular social network that they're using all the time. And one of the reasons people are using Facebook to search for businesses is that Facebook pages have a consistent structure. If you think about it, if you've looked on business pages, they are all the same. They are all set up the same way. All of the information is in the same place. They don't have to spend a lot of time clicking on a brand new website to them. If they haven't been on your business's website before, they might not know where things are. And if people don't have that information and that access right away, they're going to do something else instead and leave your website. So this is great. They can find the same information on every Facebook business page. It's right there, and it makes it easy for people to find you and book with you within just a few minutes of seeing your page for the first time. And the app is so accessible. When people go to your page, it's right at the top of the page under the profile picture. And it's one of the first things people see when they visit your Facebook page. And if you think about it, the app acts like a custom mini website. I mean, you would have this whole page on your website, the form. So you've got this whole section on Facebook dedicated to your lead form link, and Facebook leads don't even have to leave Facebook to complete the same action like they would on a regular website. They can fill out the form and then get back to what they were doing in Facebook. Now, the Facebook app is great, but don't stop there. If you want to reach leads, your venue has to talk about your services over and over again in the places that prospects use to discover information about what they want to spend their money on. And they're not just looking at Facebook. As a Tripleseat customer, you have a tool that can be shared everywhere to reach prospects where they are and makes it easy for them to start a conversation with you. And that is the lead form link. Just a quick look, and Lauren's going to show you in depth later how this works, but you will go into your account, you'll view the page for your lead form, and you're going to grab that URL right there and use it throughout your marketing. And why should you use the link? Why should you put this link in multiple places? Well, the benefit is that it's super easy to use in all of your digital marketing tools. A couple of examples here of where you might add the link in your social media marketing. There's endless possibilities. You can create a text post on social media, just type about how a post about how you have events, add the lead form link right there. You can share visual content, let people know with an image that you've got your lead form link where they can find it, where they can book your events. And we'll show you a few examples in a minute or two. Make sure that you list your link in the About section of your social media business profiles. And that's a common place for users to click to view your contact information, your hours, and your website. And having your lead form link there saves them from clicking through to your website and having to look all over the place to find that event booking information if it's not apparent to them when they first go to your site. If you're running social media ads, and we don't have time to get into ads, but that is definitely a big part of social media marketing. It's not free. You do need to take out some ads. They don't have to cost a lot. But if you are using social media ads, your lead form link is a great thing to put some money behind. You can target ads really specifically down to the zip code and interest and people who like your page and the people who are like the people that like your page. So this is a great option for you to spend just a little money and get that lead form link out in front of more people. And think about photo captions. When you share photos about your event services, make a note in the caption, in the photos and in the albums themselves, and make sure you include that lead form link so viewers can reach out to you to book their own events. And think about video descriptions as well, or any video tool that you're using. If it's got pop-ups or annotations, you can add that link to the videos, and it will redirect the viewer to your call to action and bring them right to that lead form link. Now, if you're doing a live stream video like Facebook Live, you can include the link in your video description. So if you're doing a live stream about the events or you're showing them an event as it's happening, copy and paste that link into the description. You know, here's a look behind the scenes at X event, book yours at, and then you can have the link. And you could put it in the question and answers as well, the comments in the Facebook Live, so that it's there's another place for people to check that out. Basically, the more your lead form link is available to prospects, the more likely they'll see it, remember it, and act on it when they're planning their next event. Don't keep it hidden. Start with these examples and expand to other tools such as email marketing, directories, Google listings, and things like that in order to reach more people. Now, every business struggles with creating posts for social media, but here's the good news. There are tons of restaurants doing it right. And we've got some examples from Tripleseat customers to inspire you on how you can share your lead form link on social media. Don't be afraid to borrow the ideas that you see out there from other restaurants. You know, is anything really original on the internet? We're all borrowing from each other and using other people's work as inspiration for ours. I mean, don't outright steal something word for word, but use these as inspiration for your own posts. I want to start with this one from Yvonne's of Boston, and this is a post that every one of you should be doing. Yvonne's, just like all of you watching this webinar today, they have tons of private events. each event they have is a great excuse to promote their private events business. So what they did here, they're telling their customers, hey, we're closed tonight. This part of our venue is closed tonight because we're having an event. And by the way, you can book one too, and here's the link for it. So post about it, let your customers know what's going on, make them aware that they can book with you, and get that lead form link right there in front of them. This is a post from the Carlisle Grill, and should have put a box around this, but you can see the little blue square with the pin in it at the top. You can pin posts to the top of your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn pages, and they did this during the holidays. So when people went to their page, that was the first post they saw. This is such a great idea and something you can do for different seasonal things or different specials that you've got going on. Take advantage to pinning those posts to the top of their profiles. This was such a cool post from the Carmel Room. What they did was on social media, they took a viral local event and made it work for them. So what happened in this picture is the Carmel Room is in St. Louis, and a couple got engaged at the NHL Winter Classic in St. Louis. And somebody captured this on Snapchat, and it started going around St. Louis. And they decided to share it, but they went a little step further and they said, hey, we don't know who these people are, but it's going viral. They reached out to them and said, hey, book with us and we'll give you 1% off your wedding for every goal the St. Louis Blues score. And so they encouraged their fans to share that post. So that was such a cool idea to just take advantage of something that's local, that's viral, that's relevant to their business, and make some business off of it and offer these people a discount. This is an Instagram post from the Bostonia Public House, and they did a great job during the holiday season promoting their private events business. Now, Instagram is tricky because you can't use a clickable link in your post caption. You can see that there, it's text, but no one can click on that link. It's just the way Instagram is. Hopefully they'll change that in the future. They do if you pay for ads for Instagram, by the way. So if you're thinking about social media ads and you've got a great following on Instagram, take out ads there and you can have that clickable link directly to your lead form link. But you can put it in the text in the caption and think about using it as the link to your website in your Instagram profile. You might have seen posts where people say, click the link in bio. So you can switch that link out all the time. It's a clickable link. I would recommend that you try this. Try it in the bio, try it in the caption of your post. You'd really be surprised how many people click the link in the bio or just type that into the browser. It surprised me at Tripleseat as well, that we're getting more referrals to our website or blog or whatever we're promoting, and we encourage people to type the link in or click it in the bio. Now, if you're a social media skeptic or if your manager is a social media skeptic, what you could do is prove that this actually works. Prove that social media works by tracking your sources. And the easiest way to do this is by using a link shortening tool. I'm going to show you this tool called Bitly. So that's bit.ly. And this is a Bitly link, and this is one that Lucky Strike used in their Instagram post. So the purpose of Bitly is to shorten your links so that they're not huge and extremely long and people can't type them in or remember them. So you get them shortened and you can use them, you can customize them and use them in multiple places. And what Bitly does is it tracks, okay, this person came in from Instagram, this person came in from your blog, this person came in from Facebook. And then you can start to see, okay, I'm getting evidence of where my leads are coming from, which tools are working for me and which tools are not working for me. So here's how Bitly works. You can get a free account, and again, that's bit.ly. What you do when you go there is you create, their shortened links are called Bitlink. So you paste that long, huge, giant URL in there, and it creates a smaller link there, and you can customize it. So I just made one for one of our lead form links at Tripleseat, and I named it for the restaurant. So it's Bitly Blue Water Social Leads. You can customize these. You can use them. You can have customize them for the different sources that you're using, or just use the one link everywhere, and however you want to track everything. This is really helpful, and if you do customize it, this is great so you know what promotion, what marketing activity you were using and what got the best results for you. So you're going to take that link, copy and paste it in your marketing, and then this is the best part, the Bitly analytics. Bitly is going to tell you where most people clicked on the link, so you can start to learn what tools are bringing in the most leads. And again, we talked about not wasting your time on social networks that don't work. If you're still not sure if one's going to work for you or not, test it with a Bitly link. See if people are clicking through and acting on the call to action that you put in there. And then focus on the ones that are actually working and getting the best leads for your business. So you're probably eager to find out how to access the Facebook app and the lead form link in Tripleseat. So I'm going to pass this over to Lauren, and she's going to show you how all of this comes together in a demo.
Hey, thank you so much, Azure. That was such good information, so much information there. So like Azure said, you can use it across so many social media platforms, and there are a couple in particular that are really easy and that we have a direct integration within Tripleseat. So let's take it there, and I'll show you how to get right to that. Let me just switch over here. All right, awesome. So, and also while I talk, just a quick reminder, there is a question feature in the within the GoToWebinar control panel that you have on your screen. So if any questions come up, feel free to just type them into that question box, and we'll get to them at the end of the webinar today. So first thing I want to do is show you how to integrate your Tripleseat page with Facebook. It is so easy. All I'm going to do is log into Tripleseat like I have here, go to settings. This is for those of you that have the admin privileges. If you don't have these, you can just ask your manager to do this. So settings, integrations, and the very first one is Facebook. I just have to open up these steps, and I have a directions on site. I can just click on this link, and it's going to walk me through the whole process. So all you need to do is you just need to be the administrator on your Facebook site so that you'll have the back-end password to the Facebook site. But it's so quick. And if you don't even have a Facebook page yet, it's really easy to create one, and there's a link to info on creating a page. So it couldn't be easier for you. You'll have that up and running in just a matter of minutes. And there was one question from earlier, and it was from Stephanie, which she asked, do you recommend having a separate Facebook landing page from your restaurant's main Facebook page? And the answer to that is you really don't need to, because this integration is going to do that for you automatically. So when you set up the integration here by following these steps, you're automatically going to get a tab that says private dining. You can edit it to say something else if private dining doesn't happen to match with your venue, like maybe you want to say event request or some other wording that makes sense, but you're going to automatically get another tab right there. So right on the left-hand side, when people are on your Facebook page, they'll see event request or private dining, they'll go there, and there's the inquiry form. Next thing I want to talk about is the lead form. So with your site, you get access to a lead form where your customers can submit inquiries to you online. Now, if you don't already have this up on your own website, that's the first step. It can look something like this. So here's our demonstration restaurant, Blue Water, and they have a Tripleseat lead form embedded onto their website. So anyone that's looking around on their website can click on private dining, fill in their contact information, and that sends that lead directly into their Tripleseat dashboard so the users can respond to the lead. Now, that's their basic one. They also have one going for a holiday promotion, for example. So you can make up a specific lead form for holidays, and within Tripleseat, you can track where these leads are coming from and where they're going to. So in Tripleseat, we just go to settings and lead forms. And here you can see the different lead forms that I have, like my holiday party lead form, for example. And this is for all my restaurants. Say I'm going to put this up in an Instagram post or something in December of 2017. I want to be able to track that when people fill out this form, you know, where it came from. So I know all the places that I put this form, and I know who's going to what sites and filling it out. So you can have individual forms for each of your restaurants, or you can do promotions like a holiday party in 2017, or you want to do something like you're on the Knot and you want to have a specific form for leads that come in through the Knot website or any other kind of promotional service that you're using. So the Easy steps to get this done are go into your settings in your lead forms, and what you can do is have whoever manages your website embed this form onto your website, and they'll know exactly what to do. All that they need is the setup codes here that are listed for the form, and they'll know what to do with that. If you have any questions about how to get the codes over to your web person, just shoot us a message, help and questions. Shoot us a message. We'll get the codes over to the person that needs them, and it'll take them no time at all to get that up. You can also, so if you don't want to embed it onto your own website, you can also just use our hosted form here. So this is just an external version of the form. So it's not within Blue Water's own website, it's just an external version. So whatever is easier and works better for the setup of your website is fine. I'm going to take a quick pause and see what questions are coming in, and we'll go from there. Okay, so a couple quick questions that we had were, is the webinar going to be recorded and available? And absolutely, yes, we're recording the webinar, and we're going to put out a blog post about this within the next day or two. And what does it look like when you have Tripleseat linked to Facebook? So that is actually on one of the slides that Azure had just shown you. So when we put out our blog, we'll put out the slide that shows exactly how it looks when there's a lead form on Facebook. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is just getting this link, Azure mentioned, getting the link and using it on your photo captions or within the body of an email or anything. So you can take this link right here. So go to your own website and pull up your form and copy that link, or just go into Tripleseat. If you're not embedding it into your own website, just go into Tripleseat, pull up the page and grab that URL up there. So I can copy this and I can paste it right into an Instagram caption, or maybe I'm doing an email blast and I want to post it in there, or in my own LinkedIn profile, or on anywhere else that you can put text anywhere. You can put this URL right here, and that will take people directly to the form that they can fill out to inquire. So that is the presentation for today. We're going to take a few minutes and answer questions. So if you have any last questions that you want to ask, please feel free to type them in. We'll stay on and answer for the next few minutes. And as always, if you have a very specific question or you want some focused help that's specific to your account, you can always go into Tripleseat, and in the upper right-hand corner, you can click on Help and Questions, and that takes you to our support portal. So many resources in here to get the help you need to implement any of the things that we've been over today, or just any questions that you have in general. So you can read through our FAQs, you can watch videos, you can ask us a question either by chatting with our agents or just submitting us an email help ticket. And then you can also look at all the other webinars that we have coming up. So we're going to do a webinar next week that kind of dovetails off what we talked about today. And that's, once you have leads in Tripleseat, what to do with them. So that's next week's Beyond Basics webinar. Asher, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share with us?
Yeah, I wanted to jump on where you were talking about grabbing the link and putting in your email marketing. Something I noticed over the holidays, and a couple of our account managers mentioned that as well, is that we'd seen a lot of people email and promote their holiday events, but they weren't linking to the lead form link. They were asking people to call them or do something else. When you want leads, think about making it as easy as possible for them. So doing something like copying that lead form link and using it in your marketing, instead of asking them to call you or email you, they might not have the time. Use it in a button on your emails that you're sending out. Just again, make it as easy as possible for people to take that action with you. If it's not easy, they might not do it. People could be looking at this lead form or a post or wherever they're finding information about you on their phone, and it might just be much easier for them to fill that out a little bit and then send that in.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so we're going to stay on and answer a few more questions, but that wraps up the webinar today. Again, we're recording this and we're going to put out a blog post with all of this information and a copy of the recording if anybody wants to listen to it again. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great afternoon.